The sun sets. We see a tiny little cottage on the edge of the sea. A woman, Deirdre, pulls a small rowing boat back to dry land. She goes to enter her house, but turns back to the boat before reaching her door.
Suddenly, she is set upon by her 3 children.
Vanilla, the eldest.
Lachlan, the second eldest.
And Gel, the youngest.
3 of them charge around, jumping over the boat, and dramatically play out sword fights and heroic scenes.
As their mother watches and laughs.
Alistair, dad and husband, comes to the door with a towel draped over his shoulder.
Deirdre wraps her arm around him and kisses him.
20 minutes until dinner's ready.
Yeah, but we have to go on an adventure first, Dad.
Does that adventure involve you 3 washing your hands?
Yes.
Never! Death before decontamination.
Vanilla pushes Gil to the boat.
Where Lachlan is waiting, reading a book.
Okay, but it better be an epic encounter to tell us at dinner.
Crew, to your stations.
3 sails cast out to sea by storms, swept far from familiar shores, where monsters sleep in oceans deep and death swims in the waves. 3 sailors rely on our bond of blood to keep their foes at bay. Dangers may lurk in the waters below to send us to our graves.
Kids, dinner's ready.
What's for dinner, Mum?
Fish.
I love fish.
Home on dry land with our feet on the ground, heart and hearth and harvest found. It's our port in a storm, it's our home safe and sound. Home sweet home is here on dry land.
The next day, Deirdre is packing the boat with bags and nets and rods outside the house.
Alistair is sorting through a toolkit while stirring a pot under one arm.
Vanilla, hurry up. I will leave without you.
Lachlan, come down here and give me a hand, please.
Wait, I'm coming now.
I'm coming too.
You're just a bit too small, little fish. I promise, next year when you're 8 and you can row the boat yourself, we'll all go catch dinner.
I can find a job for you to do, maybe even an adventure to go on. You could give me a hand with dinner.
What's for dinner?
Fish.
I love fish.
Crew, to your stations.
Learn a trade,
Make the hoe,
win the bread,
share the load,
balance and harmony's not found alone.
mend the roof,
Tie that knot, pull your line,
stir that pot, each to their purpose, their reason, their role.
home on dry land with our feet on the ground, heart in hearth and harvest found. It's our port in a storm, it's our home safe and sound. Home sweet home is here on dry land.
The next day, a fantastic thunderous storm rolls in.
I'm going out alone today. The sea's too rough.
Lachlan, Gil, help me find your mother's coat. She'll be needing it.
Mum, let me come. I can help.
Come hell or high water, we do what we ought to provide for your children, your husband, your daughter. I'll do this one alone, no, stay safe at home. You can come when you're older, you can come once you've grown.
I can do this, Mum. I'm ready.
I know. She kisses Fionnuala on the head before taking the boat towards the sea.
Lachlan runs to her and hands her a heavy coat.
Deirdre takes it and kisses Lachlan.
Be careful, ma'am.
You too, son.
Gil runs out and hugs her mother. Be home for dinner.
Why? What's for dinner?
Fish.
Good. I love fish. Deirdre gets into the boat and begins to row as her family wave goodbye. She watches as they run back into the house, never knowing they'll never see their mother again.
Years have passed. Lachlan is making dinner and Gil is sat at the table.
Fionnuala carries a bag of fish and dumps it on the table.
Dad enters looking unkempt. He is clearly drunk. You're just in time for dinner. Dad doesn't answer. He just stands in the door, swaying slightly.
What's for dinner? He doesn't answer. He walks to his bedroom and slams the door. What's for dinner?
There is no response.
Here on dry land's what I used to call home. Heart and hearth have gone out, grown cold. There's no port from storm when it's inside the house.
Fionnuala takes her plate from the table and exits to her bedroom.
Lachlan sits down and opens his book, shutting out the rest of the world.
It's still home, sweet home.
Gil takes a spare plate to the door of his dad's room and knocks gently. Dad?
home sweet home is here on dry land.
Dad? Dad? Dad!
Three years after their father had passed,
And 7 since their mother died at sea.
The three siblings find themselves on a boat on the Irish Sea.
Fionnuala is manning the oars.
Lachlan is studying a map whilst Gil is gently snoring at the prow of the boat.
Fionnuala splashes the oar, throwing water on Gil's face.
I'm awake! I'm awake!
We're here.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's definitely the spot we picked. 3 miles out,
600 foot deep.
I'm just following the guidelines.
Yeah, but are we 100% sure this is a spot? It's a bit... Wait,
Most definitely too wet.
let's look for a drier bit of sea.
Oh, this is the spot we chose on the map.
This is a spot you chose on the map.
We chose it because it follows the regulations and guidelines for scattering ashes at sea. 3 miles out and 600 feet deep.
Yeah, but it could as easily be somewhere, hell, anywhere else. It could at least be somewhere we could see from the house.
Right, that's enough. We'll go somewhere else.
But
Somewhere that meets the required regulations, ticks all the boxes, somewhere a bit brighter and less wet.
and where is that?
I think we'll know when we get there.
Well, any specific direction you want to go in, Captain?
Let's go with forwards.
An excellent choice, ma'am.
Let's pretend that we're marauders, or we're pirates, or we're warriors, on our way to brand new worlds, the first to tread their shores. Or suppose that we're bandits on the run, smugglers with smuggling to be done.
Sailors!
Technically, we're already sailors.
Hero saving maidens
Or
fair.
maiden saving heroes scared.
Point taken.
Good. Possibilities exist, a distant call I would resist. Let's live a little more than we've ever dared before. An epic saga for us three crusaders, all you and me, out here where we are freer than on shore.
I spy monsters gruesome form with fangs and claws and spines and horns, come to rip us all apart and drag our lifeless bodies under.
Nail hunger down and strike when right, we'll give that beast a hell of a fight. There's no creature, real or not, with the strength tear a bond asunder.
Possibilities exist, a distant call I won't resist. Let's live a little more than we've ever dared before. An epic saga for us three crusaders, all you and me, out here where we are freer than on shore. The boat rocks, and Lachlan is thrown into the water. Lachlan's eyes search the water for the boat, and he claws at the water to try and propel himself up, but he just sinks lower and lower. Something rushes towards Lachlan, clipping him as he passes it. The same thing happens again. On the third time, the thing slows and stops briefly in front of Lachlan, just as he passes out.
Lachlan's head breaks the water as he is thrust upwards. Fionnuala grabs him and pulls him onto the boat. Get me a blanket. There's one under the seat.
Is he breathing? I can't give my own brother the kiss of life, Fionnuala!
Full focus. Blankets now. Fionnuala wraps a blanket round Lachlan and starts rubbing him to heat him up.
Lachlan starts to sputter and cough.
Lachlan, can you hear me? Just keep breathing, okay?
What happened?
He fell out of the boat.
Are you okay?
Who pulled me out?
I did.
Who got in? Someone was in the water with me. Someone pulled me out.
No one was in the water with you, Lachlan. Just rest, okay? Let's get you warm and dry.
What's the memorial with that concussion and a wet pair of pants?
Give me the map. We are going home.
Actually, I didn't have it. You did.
Lachlan realizes this is true. He scans the boat, but only to see the map floating in the water, ruined.
I know how to get home from here.
But what about Dad?
Come on, little fish. The weather forecast is good for tomorrow. We'll do it then.
As they head home, the children are attacked by a kelpie and they're almost killed.
But, however, a beautiful merrow called Laban rescues them and brings the 3 siblings to shore.
It is not their island, but Libon says that they will be safe here for now, and that she will come back in the morning to return them home.
Gil and Lachlan set up camp as Fanula goes to find fresh water. Laban warns them to be on their guard as they are in the Otherworld, and there may be creatures, benevolent or otherwise, out there.
Fanula? Fanula! It's me! It's Mom! Fanula!
You're alive!
Fanula, you made it here.
You abandoned us.
Abandoned you?
What do you call it then?
I had to. You were ready.
What does that even mean? I had to. Had to and choose to are 2 different things.
Don't dare talk about choices. You don't know what I chose. I gave up so much to be on land. I gave up my skin.
What do you mean you gave up your skin?
I don't belong on dry land. I should never have stayed as long as I did. I had to return to the sea for my own sake. I'm ready, Mom. I can do this. That's what you said on the day of the storm, Fanula.
I was 16.
But you were ready. You did it.
Because I had to do it. I didn't have a choice.
I gave you everything you needed for a normal and happy life.
I didn't need to know how to fucking tie a bowline or cast a net. I needed a mother. You really think catching fish is a suitable replacement for love?
I walked down that beach, my heart beating fast, my face salty from my tears and the blast of the storm and the spray. My oars crashed through the waves and I prayed that one day I'd forget and my heartbreak would mend. But deep down, even then, I knew that life had to end. So I pulled on my coat, the skin I had shed, to make life on land and to make land a home. And I breathed for the first time in what felt like years. And that's when I knew that I won't come up for air or walk on land again. Won't return to that life. Forget mother, forget wife. Leave a family who I love, 3 perfect children I adore. You were ready to begin. Fill my shoes and step in. I had to make a choice. I chose to swim. Just swim.
You make it sound so simple.
Why can't it be?
Come hell or high water, we do what we ought to. Provide for your family, your children, your daughter.
Tell Gil and Lachlan I love them.
I'm not going to do that, Mum. It's best they don't know about any of this. Goodbye, Mum.
Goodbye, Fionnuala.
Fionnuala walks away from her mother for the last time.
He rejoins Lachlan and Gil to set off home.
Only to find the adventures in this other world are only just beginning.
Crew, to your stations.